We're doing the Merry Wives of Windsor. And tonight, playing Sir John Falstaff, we have
Harley Diamond.
playing Master George Page.
Kevin Dane.
Playing Mistress Margaret Page.
Nikki Dos Santos.
Playing Anne Page. Robin and John Rugby.
Heather Violante.
Playing Master Frank Ford.
Chris.
Playing Mistress Alice Ford.
Liz.
Playing Dr. Caius.
Tom Case.
Playing Mistress Quickly.
That would be me, Valerie.
Playing Sir Hugh Evans.
David Moseder.
Playing Robert Shallow.
Oh, that's me, David Mackler.
Playing Abraham Slender. Oh.
That's you, Mary Elena.
That should be Gareth, but he's not here. Okay, I'll text him, but okay, I'll read Abraham until Gareth gets here. Playing the host.
Michael Janov.
Playing Pistol.
Linda Andresano.
And playing Fenton.
Tyler Bogan.
I think I'm also playing Simple, right?
Pistol and Peter Simple, yes. And Tyler is playing Fenton and the servant.
Oh.
The servant to Mistress Ford, to be precise. Abraham Slender. I have to read Abraham Slender. Here we go, guys. Have fun. Let's have fun.
Good luck.
Oh, if you insist.
The Merry Wives of Windsor, Act 1, Scene 1. Windsor, before Page's house. Enter Justice Shallow, Slender, and Sir Hugh Evans.
Sir Hugh, persuade me not. I will make a Star Chamber matter of it. If he were 20 Sir John Falstaffs, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire.
That's you, Mary Elena.
That's you, Mary Elena.
Oh, I'm so sorry. In the county of Gloucester, Justice of Peace and Quorum.
I, Cousin Slender, and Custalorum.
I, and Ratolorum too, and a gentleman born, Master Parson, who writes himself Armegiro in any bill, warrant, quittance, or obligation, Armegiro.
I, that I do, and have done any time these 300 years.
All his successors gone before him hath done't, and all his ancestors that come after him may. They may give the dozen white luces in their coat.
It is an old coat.
A dozen white louses do become an old coat well. It agrees well, Passant. It is a familiar beast to man and signifies loaf.
The loose is fresh fish. The salt fish is an old coat.
I may quarter, cuz.
You may, by marrying.
It is marrying indeed, if he quarter it.
Not a whit.
Yes, dear lady. If he has a quarter of your coat, there is but 3 skirts for yourself, in my simple conjectures. But that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff has committed disparagements unto you, I am of the church, and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
It is not meet the council hear a riot. There is no fear of Gots in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of Gots, and not to hear a riot. Take your vitamins in that.
Ha! Oh, my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it.
It is better that friends has the sword and end it. And there is also another device in my brain which peradventure brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page. She has brown hair and speaks small like a woman.
It is that very person for all the earth, just as you desire. And 700 pounds of moneys and gold and silver is her grandsire upon his death's bed, God deliver to a joyous resurrections. Give when she is able to overtake 17 years old. It were a good motion if we leave our pribbles and troubles and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did her grandsire leave her 700 pounds?
I and the father is make her a petty penny.
I know the young gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
700 pounds and possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let us see, honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a liar as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight Sir John is there, and I beseech you be ruled by your well-willers. I will peep the door for Master Page. Whoa! God bless your house here.
Who's there?
Here is God's blessing and your friend and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that peradventure shall tell you another tale, if matters grow to your likings.
I am glad to see your worships well. I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow.
Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good may it do your good heart. I wished your venison better. It was ill killed. Is Sir John Falstaff there?
Sir, he is within, and I could do a good office between you.
Spoke as a Christians ought to speak.
He hath wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he doth in some sort confess it.
If it be confessed, is it not redressed? Is not that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me, and indeed he hath. At a word he hath. Believe me, Robert Shallow Esquire saith he is wronged.
Here comes Sir John.
Now, Mr. Shallow, you complain of me to the king.
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter.
Tut, a pin. This shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. That is now answered.
The council shall know this.
Ah, 'twere better for you if it were known in council. You'll be laughed at, Slender. I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you and against your coney-catching rascal, Pistol.
Now let us understand. There is 3 umpires in this matter, and I understand. That is Master Page, fidelicet Master Page, and there is myself, fidelicet myself. And the 3 party is, lastly and finally, mine host of the garter.
We 3 to hear it and end it between them.
Very good. I will make a brief of it in my notebook, and we will afterwards work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol?
He hears what hears.
The devil and his tam. What phrase is this he hears with fear? Why, it is affectation.
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
Aye, by these gloves did he, or would I might never come in mine own great chamber again else, of 7 groats in mill sixpences and 2 Edward shovelboards, that cost me 2 shillings and 2 pence apiece of Yed Miller by these gloves.
Is this true, Bristol?
Oh, it is false if it is a pick purse.
Ah, thou mountain foreigner! Sir John and Master mine, I combat challenge for this Latin bilbo. Word of denial, froth and scum, thou liest.
By these gloves then 'twas he.
Be advised, sir, and past good humours. I will say marry trap with you if you run the nut hook's humour on me. That is the very note of it.
By this hat then he in the red face had it. For though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlet and John?
Why, sir, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 sentences.
It is his 5 senses. 5, what the ignorance is.
And being fat, sir, was, as they say, cashiered. And so conclusions passed the careers.
Aye, you spake in Latin then too, but 'tis no matter. I'll ne'er be drunk whilst I live again, but in honest, civil, godly company for this trip. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God, and not with drunken knaves.
So God touch me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters denied. Gentlemen, you hear it.
My daughter carrying the wine will drink within.
Oh heaven, this is Mistress Anne Page.
How now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen, I hope we shall drink down all unkindness.
I had rather than 40 shillings, I had my book of songs and sonnets here.
Come, cuz, we stay for you. A word with you, cuz, marry this cuz. There is, as 'twere, a tender, a kind of tender, made afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir, you shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that. That is reason.
Nay, but understand me.
So I do, sir.
Give ear to his motions, Master Slender. I will description the matter to you, if you be capacity of it.
Nay, I will do as my cousin Shallow says. I pray you, pardon me. He's a justice of peace in his country, simple though I stand here.
That is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
Aye, there's the point, sir.
Marry, it is the very point of it, to Mistress Anne Page.
Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demands.
But can you affection the woman? Let us command to know that of your mouth or of your lips, for divers philosophers hold that the lips is parcel to the mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your good will to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you love her?
I hope, sir. I will do as it shall become, one that would do reason.
Hey, God's lords and his ladies, you must speak positible. If you can carry her your desires towards her.
That you must. Will you, upon good dowry, marry her?
I will do a greater thing than that upon your request, cousin, in any reason.
Nay, conceive me, sweet cuz. What I do is to pleasure you, cuz. Can you love the maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request. But if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon her better acquaintance when we are married and have more occasion to know one another. I hope upon familiarity will grow more content. But if you say marry her, I will marry her. That I am freely dissolved, and dissolutely.
It is a very discretion answer, save the fall is in the ort, dissolutely. The ort is, according to our meaning, resolutely. His meaning is good.
I think my cousin meant well.
I, or else I, might be hanged. La.
Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
God's blessed will. I will not be absent at the grace.
Go, sirs. My man shall attend on you.
Will it please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you, forsooth heartily. I am very well.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I am not hungry, thank you, forsooth.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
I faith I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much as though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I had rather walk here, I thank you. I bruised my shin the other day with playing at sword and dagger with the master of fence. 3 pennies for a dish of stewed prunes. And by my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why do your dogs bark so? Be there bears in the town?
I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I shall as soon quarrel at it as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear loose, are you not?
Aye, indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me now. I have seen Sackerson loose 20 times and have taken him by the chain. But I warrant you, the women have so cried and shrieked at it that it passed. But women, indeed, cannot abide them. They are very ill-favored, rough things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come. We stay for you.
I'll eat nothing, I thank you, sir.
By cock and pie you shall not choose, sir. Come, come.
Nay, pray you, lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mistress Anne, yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you, keep on.
Truly, I will not go first. Truly, la, I will not do you that wrong.
I pray you, sir.
I'll rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong, indeed, la. Scene 2, the same. Enter Sir Hughes, Evans, and Simple.
Go your ways and ask of Dr. Chaos' house, which is the way. And there dwells one Mistress Quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry. Yea, it is better yet. Give her this letter, for it is a woman that altogether is acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is to desire and require her to solicit your master desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you be gone.
Scene 3, a room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff, Piston, Robin, Falstaff's page.
Truly, I must turn away some of my followers. I sit at £10 a week. Well, sir, I am almost out at heels.
Pistol.
Sorry, I was muted. Why then, let kibes ensue.
There is no remedy. I must coney catch. I must shift.
Young ravens must have food.
You know Ford of this town?
I ken the white. He is of substance good.
My honest lad, I will tell you what I am about.
2 yards and more.
Ha! No quips now, Pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist, 2 yards about, but I am now about no waist. I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of my invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style and the hardest voice of her behavior to be Englished, right? Is I am Sir John Falstaff's.
He hath studied her will and translated her will out of honesty into English. The anchor is deep. Will that pass humor?
Now the report goes she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legion of angels.
As many devils entertain, and to her, boy, say I, the rumor rises, it is good. Humor me the angels.
I have writ me here a letter to her, and here another to Page's wife, who even now gave me good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious ladies. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
Then did the sun on Dunghill shine.
Oh, she did so coarse o'er my exteriors with such a greedy intention, that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Here's another letter to her. She bears the purse too. She is a region to Guiana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheaper to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me.
Here, Thomas.
They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade to them both. Go bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lad, we will thrive.
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? Then Lucifer take all. I will run no base humor. Here, take the humor letter. I will keep the behavior of reputation.
Hold, sirrah! Bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pennants to these golden shores. Rogue, hence, avant, vanish the hailstones, go, trudge, plod away in the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French thrift, you rogue, myself and skirted page. Ha ha!
Let vultures gripe thy guts, for gorge and Fulham holes, and high and low beguiles the rich and poor. Tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lack. Base Fijian Turk by Welkin and her star. I have operations which be humors of revenge, with both the humors of wit and steel. I will discuss the humor of this love to Ford, and I to Page shall eke unfold how Falstaff, varlet, vile, his dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile. My humor shall not cool. I will incense Ford to deal with poison. I will possess him with yellowness, for the revolt of mine is dangerous. That is my true humor. I am the Mars of malcontents.
Scene 4. A room in Dr. Caius's house. Enter Mistress Quickly, her servant Rugby, and Simple.
I pray thee, go to the casement and see if you can see my master, Dr. Caius, coming. Oh, if he do a faith and find anybody in the house, there will be an old abusing of God's patience and the king's English. Peter Simple, you say your name is?
Aye, for fault of a better.
And Master Slender's your master?
Aye, forsooth.
Does he not wear a great round beard like a glover's paring knife?
No, forsooth. He hath but a little wee face with a little yellow beard, a cane-coloured beard.
A softly sprited man, is he not?
Aye, forsooth. But he is as tall a man of his hands as any in between this and his head. He hath fought with a warrener.
Oh, I should remember him. Does he not hold his head as it were and strut in his gait?
Yes, indeed, does he.
Well, heaven send Aunt Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Evans that I will do for him, I will do what I can for Master... Tell Master Parson Evans I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish...
Oh, to last, here comes my master.
We shall all be shent. Run in there, good young man. Go into this closet. He will not stay long. And down.
What is you sing? I do not like the toys. Pray you, go and fetch me in my closet boîtier vert, a box, a greener box. Do you intend what I speak? A greener box?
Aye, forsooth, I'll fetch it for you. Ooh, I am glad that he went not in himself. If he had found the young man, he would have been born mad. Is it this, sir?
Ah, oui. Mette la main à mon pocket, dépêche, quickly. Where is that knave Rugby?
What? John Rugby? What, John?
Here, sir.
You are Jean Rugby, and you are Jacques Rugby. Come, take your rapier, and come after my heel to the court.
'Tis ready, sir, here in the porch.
By my trot, I carry too long. Odsme, car j'ai oublié. There are some simples in my closet that I will not for the world I shall leave behind.
Oh, I mean, you'll find the young man and be mad.
Oh, diable, diable. What is in my closet? Vite, non! Rugby, mon rapier!
Oh, good master, be content.
Wherefore shall I be content?
The young man is an honest man.
What shall the honest man do in my closet? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet.
Oh, I beseech you, be not so phlegmatic. Here's the truth of it. He came on an errand to me from Parson Hugh.
Yeah?
Forsooth, to desire her to...
Peace, I pray you.
Peace of your tongue. Speak of your tale.
To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to Mistress Anne Page for my master in the way of marriage.
This is all indeed la, but I'll ne'er put my finger in the fire, indeed not.
So you send a you. Rugby, buy me some pepper. Tarry you a little while.
Ooh, I am glad he is so quiet. If he had been thoroughly moved, you should have heard him so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do your master what good I can. And the very yea and no is, the French doctor, my master, I call him my master, look you, for I keep his house and I wash, wring, brew, bake, scour, dress, eat, and drink, make beds, and do all myself. But notwithstanding, to tell you in your ear, I would have no words for it. My master himself is in love with Mistress Anne Page. But notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind. That's neither here nor there.
You, Jacques Nep, give this a letter to Sir you. By God, it is a challenge. I will cut his throat in the park, and I will teach a scurvy Jackney priest to meddle or make. You may be gone. It is not good you tarry here. By God, I'll cut all his 2 stones. By God, he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
Alas, he speaks but for his friend.
It is no matter of that. Do not you tell me that I shall have ampage for myself? By God, I will kill the Jacques priest and have appointed mine host de jeter to measure our weapon. By God, I will myself have ampage.
Oh, sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to prate. What, the good year?
Rugby, come to the court with me. By God, if I do not have ampage, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels, Rugby.
Oh, you shall have Anne Page.
Make it lower.
Fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne Page's mind. For that, never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I do with her. Thank heaven.
Who's within there, ho?
Who's there, I trow? Come near the house, I pray you.
How now, good woman? How dost thou?
Oh, the better that it pleases your worship to ask.
What news? How does pretty Mistress Anne?
In truth, sir, and she is pretty and honest and gentle. The one that is your friend, I can tell you that, by the way, I praise heaven for it.
Shall I do any good, thinkst thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Oh, troth, sir. All is in his hands above. But notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book, she loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Yes, Mary, have I. What of that?
Well, thereby hangs a tale. Good faith, it is such another Nan. But I detest an honest maid as ever broke bread. We had an hour's talk on that wart. I shall never laugh but in that maid's company. But indeed she is given too much to alcohol and musing. Oh, but for you, well, go to.
Well, I shall see her today. Hold, there's money. For thee, let me thy voice in my behalf. If thou set her before me, commend me.
Will I? In faith, that we will. And I will tell her, your worship, more of the wart next time we have confidence, and of other wars.
Well, farewell. I am in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman, but Anne loves him not, for I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out upon. Now, what have I forgot?
Act 2, Scene 1, before Page's house. Enter Mistress Page with a letter.
What, have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty? And am I now the subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love used reason for his precision, he admits him not for his counselor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to then, there's sympathy. You are merry, so am I. Ha ha, then there's more sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page, at the least, if the love of a soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say, love me, by me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might for thee to fight, John Falstaff. What a herod of Jewry is this, oh wicked, wicked world, one that is well nigh worn to pieces with age, to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighed behavior hath this Flemish drunkard picked with that devil's name, out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal of my mirth, heaven forgive me. Why, I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Oh, Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to see you.
Nay, I'll never believe that. I'll never believe that. I have to show you the contrary.
Faith, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do then. Yet I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Hang the trifle, woman. Take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it?
If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What? Thou liest, Sir Alice Ford. These knights will hack, and so thou shalt not alter thy article of thy gentry.
We burn daylight. Here, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worst of fat men as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking. And yet he would not swear, praised women's modesty, and gave such an orderly and well-behaved report to all uncomeliness that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words. But they do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100th Psalm to the tune of Greensleeves. What tempest I throw this whale with so many tons of oil in his belly ashore at Windsor. How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter. But the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter. But let thine inherit first, for I protest mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters writ with blank space for different names. Sure more, and these are of the second edition. He will print them out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press when he would put us to. I had rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste men.
Why, this is the very same, the very hand, the very words. What does he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted withal, for sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, I would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, call you it. I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I. If he come under my hatches, I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baited delay till he hath pawned his horses to mine host of the garter.
Nay, I will construct to act any villainy against him that may not sully the clariness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter. It would give eternal food to his jealousy.
Why, look where he comes, and my good man too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that, I hope, is an immeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
Well, I hope it be so, not so.
Hope is a cartel dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, my wife is not young.
He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with the other, Ford. He loves the gallimaufry. Ford, perpend.
Love my wife?
With liver burning hot. Prevent, or go thou like Sir Action he, with ringwood at thy heels. Oh, odious is thy name.
What name, sir?
The horn. I say farewell. Take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, ere summer comes or cuckoo birds do sing. And this is true. I like not the humor of lying. He hath wronged me in some humors. I should have borne the humored letter to her, but I have a sword, and it shall fight upon my necessity. He loves your wife. There's the short and the long of it. My name is Corporal Pistol. I speak and I avouch. 'Tis true. My name is Pistol, and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu.
Here's a fellow frights English out of his wits. I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue. I will not believe such a catain, though the priest of the town commended him for a true man.
I will be patient. I will find out this. I will seek out Falstaff. If I do find it, well, 'twas a good, sensible fellow. Well.
How now, Meg?
Whither you go, George? Hark you.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I melancholy? I'm not melancholy. Get ye home, go.
Faith, thou hast some crotchets in thy head now. Will you go, Mistress Page?
Have with you. Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to the paltry knight.
Trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it.
You are come to see my daughter, Anne?
Aye, forsooth, and I pray, how goes good Mistress Anne?
Go in with us and see. We have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, And you heard what he told me?
Did you think there is truth in him?
Hang him, slave. I do not think the knight would offer it, but he that accused him in his intent towards our wives in his discarded man, very rogue, now he be out of service.
Was he his man?
Marry, was he?
I like it never the better for that. Does he lie in the garter?
Ah, marry, does he? If he should intend this voyage toward my wife, I would turn her loose to him, and what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Look where my ranting host of the garter comes. There is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse, where he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
How now, Bullyrook? Thou a gentleman, cavallero justice, I say.
I follow, mine host, I follow. Good even and 20, good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport in hand.
Tell him, cavallero justice, tell him, Bullyrook.
Sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh and the Welsh priest and Caius the French doctor.
Good mine host of the garter, a word with you.
What else sayest thou, my Bullyrook?
Will you go with us and behold it? My merry host hath had the measuring of their weapons, and I think hath appointed them contrary places. For believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be.
Hast thou no suit against my knight, my guest cavalier?
None. I protest, but I'll give you a pottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him. Tell him my name is Brooke, only for a jest.
My hand, bully, thou shalt have egress and regress. Said I well? And thy name shall be Brooke. It is a merry night. Will you go, emirs?
Have with you, mine host.
I have heard the Frenchman hath good skills in his rapier.
Tut, sir, I could have told you more. In these times you stand on distance, your passes, staccatos, and I know not what. 'Tis the heart, Master Page. 'Tis here, 'tis here. I have seen the time with my long sword, and I have made you 4 tall fellows skip like rats.
Here, boys, here. Shall we wag?
Have with you. I would rather hear them scold than fight.
Though Page be a secure fool and stands so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinions so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there I know not. Well, I will look further into it, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
Scene 2, a room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff, his page Robin, and Mistress Quickly.
Give your worship good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife.
Not so, and please your worship.
Good maid, then.
Oh, I'll be sworn as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer. What with me?
Shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
2,000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the hearing.
There is one, Mistress Ford, sir, I pray, come a little nearer this ways. I myself dwell with Master Dr. Caius.
Well, on, Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray your worship, come a little nearer this ways.
I warrant thee nobody hears. Mine own man. Mine own man.
Is he so? Oh, God bless him, and make him his servant.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Oh, why, sir? She's a good creature. Oh, Lord, Lord, your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come, Mistress Ford.
Marry, This is the short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful. Oh, the best courtier of them all, when the court lay at Windsor, could never have brought her to such a canary. Yet there has been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches, I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk, and so rustling, I warrant you, in silk and gold, and in such elegant terms, and in such wine and sugar of the best and the fairest that would have won any woman's heart, and I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given me this morning, but I defy all angels given of any such sort, as they say, but in the way of honesty, and I warrant you, sir, they could never get her so much as a sip on a cup with the proudest of them all. And yet there has been earls, nay, which is more, pensioners, but I warrant you, all is one with her.
But what says she to me? Be brief, my good she Mercury.
Marry, she hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from the house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11?
Aye, forsooth. Then you may come and see the picture, she says, that you wot of. Master Ford, her husband, will be from home. Alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's a very jealousy man. She leads a very frump-old wife with him, good heart.
10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well, but I have another message for your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too, and let me tell you in her ear, she's as fartuous, a civil, modest wife, and one, I tell you, that will not miss your morning nor evening prayer, as any is in Windsor, whoever be the other. And she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely I think you have your charms, Lot. Yes, in truth.
Not I assure thee. Setting the attractions of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Blessing on your heart, Ford.
But I pray thee, tell me this. Has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. Have they not so little grace, I hope? Oh, what a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all loves. Her husband has a marvelous affection to the little page, and truly Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she list, rise when she list, all as she will. And truly she deserves it, for if there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send your page, no remedy.
Why, I will.
Nay, but do so then, and look you, he may come and go between you both, and in any case, have a nay word that you may know one another's mind, and the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the world.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. There's my purse. I am yet thy debtor. Boy, go along with this woman. This news distracts me. Sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways. I'll make more of thy old body than I have done. Will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much money, be now a gainer? Good body. I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done. So be it. Fairly done. No matter.
Sir John, There's one Master Brooke below would fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and hath sent your worship a morning's draught of sack.
Brooke is his name?
Aye, sir.
Ah, call him in. Such brooks are welcome to me that o'erflow such liquor. Ah, ha! Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to, Via.
God bless you, sir.
On you, sir. Would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you. My name is Brooke.
Good Master Brooke, I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I sue for yours, not to charge you, for I must let you understand I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion. For they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Troth, and I have a bag of money here troubles me. If it will help to bear it, John, if you will help to bear it, John, take all, or half, for easing me of the carriage.
Ah, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar. I will be brief with you, and you have been long known to me. Though I had never so good means to desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you, that wherein I must very much lie open mine own imperfection. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye open upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn around into the register of your own, that I may pass with a reproof. The easier, sith you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender. There is a gentlewoman in this town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest to you, bestowed much on her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could but niggardly give me a sight of her, not only bought many presents to give her, but have given largely to many to know what she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whichsoever I have merited, either in my mind or in my means, meed I am sure I have received none, unless experience be a jewel, that I have purchased at an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love like a shadow flies when substance love pursues, pursuing that thy flies, and flying what pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
Of what quality was your love then?
Oh, like a fair house built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
For what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
I have told you that. I have told you all. Some day, that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth my mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowing for many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir.
Believe it, and you know it. There is money. Spend it. Spend it. Spend more. Spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing, win her, to consent to you. If any man may, you may soon as any.
It apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy. Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously.
Oh, understand my drift. She dwelled so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, could come to her with any detection in my hand, my desires had instance and argument to commend themselves. I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other her defenses, which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money. Next, give me your hand. And last, as I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife.
Oh, good sir.
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John. You shall want none.
Want no Mistress Ford, Master Brooke. You shall want none. I shall be with her. I may tell you by her own appointment, even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between, parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time the jealous rascally knave her husband will be forth. Come you to me at night, you shall know how I speed.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir?
Hang him, poor cuckoldy knave. I know him not, yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say the jealous, wittily knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favored. I will use her as the key of the cuckoldy rogue's coffer, and there's my harvest home.
I would you knew Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him.
Hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue. I will scare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor o'er the cuckold torns. Master Brooke, thou shalt know I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night, for the knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shalt know him for knave and cuckold. Come to me soon as night.
What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him. The hour is fixed. The match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman? My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names, a Mammon sounds well, Lucifer, well, Barbazon, well. Yet they are devils, additions, the names of fiends, but cuckold, Whittle, cuckold, the devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will trust his wife, he will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, the Irishman with my aquavit bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding, than my wife with herself. Then she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may affect. They will break their hearts, but they will affect. God be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour, I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Fie, fie, fie. Cuckold, cuckold, cuckold.
Scene 3, a field near Windsor. Enter Dr. Caius and Rugby.
Jacques Rugby.
Sir?
What is the clock, Jacques?
Tis past the hour, sir, that Sir Abel promised to meet.
By God, he has saved his soul that he is no come. He has praised people well that he is no come. By God, Jacques Rugby, he is dead already if he be come.
He is wise, sir. He knew your worship would kill him if he came.
By God, the hang is no dead, so as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jack. I will tell you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot fence.
Villainy, take your rapier.
Forbear, he is company.
God bless thee, bully doctor.
God save you, Master Dr. Caius.
And now, good Master Doctor,
give it good morrow, sir.
What be all you? 1, 2, 3, 4, come for?
To see thee fight, to see thee fawn, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thee pass thy punto, thy stock, thy reverse, thy distance, thy montante. Is he dead, my Ethiopian? Is he dead, my Francisco? Ah, bully! What says my Escalopus, my Gallon, my heart of elder? Ha! Is he dead? Bully stale, is he dead?
By God, he is the coward Jacques Priest of the world. He is not show his face.
Thou art the Castilian king, the urinal Hector of Greece, my boy.
I pray you, bear witness that he may stay 6 or 7 or 2, 3 hours for him, and he is no come.
He is the wiser man, Master Doctor. He is a curer of souls, and you a curer of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is that not true, Master Page?
Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now a man of peace.
Bodykins, Master Page, though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one. Though we are justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page, we have some salt of our youth in us. We are the sons of women, Master Page.
'Tis true, Master Shallow.
It will be found so, Master Page. Master Dr. Caius, I am come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace. You have showed yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugh hath shown himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Master Doctor.
Pardon, great justice. A word, Monsieur Muckwater.
Muckwater? What is that?
Muckwater? In our English tongue is valor, bully.
By God, then I have so much muckwater as the Englishman. Scurvy jackdog priest. By God, me will cut his ears.
He will clappy call thee tightly, bully.
What is that?
That is, he will make thee amends.
Ah, by God, me do look he shall declare me, for by God, me will have it.
And I will provoke him to tea, or let him wag.
Me thank you for that.
And moreover, bully. But first, Master Guest, and Master Page, and Cavalerio Slender, you go through the town to Frogmore.
So you is there, is he?
He is there. See what humor he is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well?
We will do it.
Adieu, good Master Doctor.
Adieu, good Master Doctor.
By God, me will kill the priest, for he speak for a jacanap to Ampage.
Let him die. Sheath thy impatience. Throw cold water on the collar. Go about the fields with me through Frogmore. I will bring thee where Mistress Anne pages at a farmhouse of feasting, and thou shalt woo her.
Oh, by God, me thank you for that. By God, I love you, and I shall procure you, the good guest, the earl, the knight, the lords, and the gentlemen, my patience.
Ah, for which I will be thy adversary towards Anne Page. Said I well?
Oh, by God, 'tis good. Well said.
Let us wag then.
Allons.
Act 3, Scene 1, a field near Frogmore. Enter Sir Hugh Evans.
Bless my soul, how full of colours I am, and trembling of mind. I shall be glad if he have deceived me. How melancholy I am. I will clog his urinals about his knave's costard when I have good opportunities for the orc. Bless my soul.
Yonder he is coming this way, Sir Hugh.
Welcome. Heaven prosper the right. What weapons is he?
No weapons, sir. Here comes thy master, Master Shallow, the other gentleman from Frogmore over the stile, this way.
How now, Master Parson? Good morrow, good Sir Hugh. Keep a gamester from the dice and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful.
God save you, good Sir Hugh.
God bless you from his mercy's sake, all of you.
What, the sword and the word? Do you study them both, Master Parson?
We are come to you to do a good office, Master Parson.
Very well. What is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike having received wrong by some person, it is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
I have lived 80 years and upward. I never heard a man of his place, gravity, and learning so wide of his own respect.
Where is he?
I think you know him, Master Doctor Chaos, the renowned French physician.
God's will and his passion of my heart. He has no more knowledge in Hippocrates and Galen, and he is a knave besides. A cowardly knave as you desires to be acquainted withal.
I warrant you, he's the man should fight with him.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. Chaos.
Nay, good Master Parson, keep in your weapon.
So do you, good Master Doctor.
Disarm them and let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and hack our English.
I pray you, let me speak a word with your ear. Therefore you do not meet me.
Pray you, use your patience. In good time.
By God, you are the coward, the jackdog, Jacques Nip.
Pray you, let us not be laughing stocks to other men's humors. I desire you in friendship, and I will one day or other make you amends. By Jesu, I will clog your urinals about your knave's coxcomb for missing your meetings and appointments.
Diable! Jacques Bibi, mein host is your terre. Have I not said for him to kill him? Have I not at the place did I appoint?
As I am a Christian soul, you now look you. This is the place appointed. I will be judgments by mine hosts of the Garter.
Peace, I say, Gallia and Gaul, French and Welsh, soul cure and body cure. Peace, I say. Hear mine host of the Garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I a Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No, he gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my Sir Hugh? No, he gives me the proverbs and the non-verbs. Give me thy hand terrestrial. So, give me thy hand celestial. So, boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Your hearts are mighty. Your skins are whole. And let burnt sack be the issue. Come, lay thy swords to pawn. Follow me, lads, of peace. Follow, follow, follow.
Afore God, a mad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow.
Do I perceive that? Have you make it a sort of us?
This is well. He has made us his flouting stock. I desire you that we may be friends, and let us cnog our brains together to be revenge on this same skull, scurvy, cogging companion, the host of the garter.
By gar, with all my heart. He promised to bring me where is Ampage. By gar, he deceived me too.
Well, I will smite his noddles. Pray you, fellow.
Scene 2, a street. Enter Robin, followed by Mistress Page.
Nay, keep your way, little gallant. You were wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whither had you rather lead mine eyes or I your master's heels?
I had rather, forsooth, go before you like a man than follow him like a dwarf.
Oh, you are a flattering boy. Now I see you'll be a courtier.
Well met, Mistress Page. Whither go you?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she home?
Aye, and as idle as she may hang together for want of company, I think. If your husbands were dead, you two would marry.
Be sure of that. 2 other husbands.
Ha! Where had you this pretty weathercock?
I cannot tell what the dickens his name is my husband had him of. What do you call your knight's name, Sarah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff.
I can never hit on his name. There's such a league between my good man and he. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed she is.
By your leave, sir, I am sick till I see her.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure they sleep, he hath no use of them. Why, this boy will carry a letter 20 mile as easy as a cannon will shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination. He gives her folly motion and advantage. And now she's going to be my wife, and Falstaff's boy with her. A man may hear his shower sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots. They're laid, and our revolted wives share domination together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so-seeming Mistress Page, divulge Page herself for a secure and willful action, and to these violent proceedings all my neighbors shall cry, aim. The clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bids me search. There I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this than mocked, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is there. I will go.
Well met, Master Ford.
Well met, Master Ford.
Trust me, a good knot. I have good cheer at home, and I pray you all go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break with her for more money than I speak of.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill, Father Page.
You have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
I beg, and the maid is lover to me. My nurse quickly tells me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, he has the eyes of youth, he writes verses, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May. He will carry it, he will carry it. 'Tis in his buttons, he will carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman of no having, he kept company with the wild prince and Poins. He is of too high a region, he knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you heartily, some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go. So shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh.
Well, fare you well. We shall have freer wooing at Master Page's.
Farewell, my hearts. I will to my honest knight Falstaff, and drink canary with him.
I think I shall drink a pipe wine first with him. I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles?
With you to see this
monster.
Scene 3. A room in Ford's house. Enter Mistress Ford and Mistress Page.
What ho?
Quickly, quickly. Is the buck basket?
I warned. What? Ho, I say.
Come, come, come.
Here, set it down.
Give your men the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, be ready here, hard by, in the brew house. And when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering, take this basket on your shoulders. That done, trudge with it in all haste, and carry it among the wisters in Datchet Mead, and there empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side. Be gone, and come when you are called.
Here comes little Robin.
How now? My I.S. Musket, what news with you?
My master, Sir John, is coming at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little Jacqueline, have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn. My master knows not of your being here, and has threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Thou art a good boy. This secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide.
Do so. Go tell thy master I am alone. Mistress Page, remember your cue.
I warrant thee. If I do not act it, hiss me.
Go to then. We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross pumpinion. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why, now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot pog, I cannot prate. Mistress Ford, now shall I sin in my wish. I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best lord. I would make thee my lady.
I your lady, Sir John? Alas, I should be a pitiful lady.
Ah, let the court of France show me such another. I see how thine eyes would emulate the diamond. Thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship tire, the tire valiant, or any tire of Venetian that knits.
A plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that well neither.
Ah, by the Lord, thou art a traitor to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give me an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircle farthingale. I see what thou wert. If fortune thy foe were not, nature thy friend, come, thou canst not hide it.
Believe me, there is no such thing in me.
What made me love thee? Let me persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that. Like a many of these lisping hawthorn buds that come like women in men's apparel, and smell like buckles berry in simple time, I cannot. But I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Ah, Thou mightst as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Keep in that mind, I'll deserve it.
Nay, I must tell you, so you do, or else I could not be in that mind.
Mistress Ford, here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would need speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I will ensconce me behind the arras.
Pray you do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed, you're overthrown, you're undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well a day, Mistress Ford, having an honest man to your husband, to give him such a cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion? Out upon you. How am I mistooken you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor, to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house by your consent to take an ill advantage of his absence. You are undone.
'Tis not so, I hope.
Pray heaven it be not so that you have such a man here. But 'tis most certain your husband's coming, with half Windsor at his heels, to search for such a one. I come before to tell you, if you know yourself clear, why, I am glad of it. But if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not amazed. Call all your senses to you. Defend your reputation or bid farewell to your good life forever.
What shall I do? There is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than £1,000 he were out of the house.
For shame? Never stand. You had rather. Your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance. In the house you cannot hide him. Oh, how have you deceived me? Look, here's a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here. Throw foul linen upon him as if it were going to bucking. Or, it is whiting time. Send him by your 2 men to Datchet Ned.
And he's too big to go in there. What shall I do?
Oh, let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. I'll in. Follow your friend's counsel. I'll in.
What? Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never...
Help to cover your master, boy. Call your men, Mistress Ford. You dissembling knight.
What ho, sirrah? Go, take up these clothes here quickly. Where's the cowstaff? Look, how you drumble. Carry them to the laundress in Datchet Need. Quickly, come.
Sorry, I was muted. Pray you come near. If I suspect having cause, why then make sport at me? Then let me be your jest. I deserve it. How now? Whither bear you this?
To the laundress, forsooth.
Why, what have you to do whither they bear it? You were best meddle with buck washing.
Buck? I could wash myself off the buck. Buck. I warrant you, buck, all of and of the season too. It shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here be my keys. Ascend my chambers, search, seek, and find out. I'll warrant well unkennel the fox. Let me stop this way first. So, now uncape.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen. You shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This very fantastical humors and jealousies.
My God, it is not the fashion of France. It is not jealous in France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not which pleases me better, that my husband is deceived or Sir John.
What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
I am half afraid he will have need of washing, so throwing him into the water will do him a benefit.
Hang him, dishonest rascal. I would all of the same strain were in the same distress.
I think my husband hath some special suspicion of Falstaff's being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now.
I will lay a plot to try that, and we will have more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scare obey this medicine.
Shall we send that foolish carrion mistress quickly to him, and excuse his throwing into the water, and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
We will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
Cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that he could not compass.
Heard you that?
You use me well, Master Ford, do you?
I do so.
Heaven make you better than you thought.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
There anybody in the house and in the chambers and in the coffers and in the presses? Heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
No, by God, no, by God, no, I too. There is nobody.
Fie, Master Ford, are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil suggests this imagination? I would not have your distemper in this kind for the wealth of Windsor Castle.
'Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest as woman's as I will desires among 5,000 and 500 too.
By God, I see 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you a dinner. Come, walk in the park. I pray you pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, wife, come. Mistress Page, I pray you, pardon me. Pray heartily, pardon me.
Let's go in, gentlemen, but trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After, we'll a burning together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
If there is one, I shall make two in the company.
There be one or two, I shall make a third.
Pray you go, Master Page.
Scene 4, a room in Page's house. Enter Fenton and Anne Page.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore, no more turn me to him, sweet Nan.
Alas, how then?
Why, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that my state being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides, these other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible. I should love thee but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No, heaven so speed me in my time to come. Albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, Anne. Yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps and gold of sums in sealed bags. And 'tis the very riches of thyself that now I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love, still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it, why then, hark you hither.
break their talk, Mistress Quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
I'll make a shaft or bolt on it. Slid 'tis but venturing.
Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that, but that I am afeard.
Harkee, Master Slender. Master Slender would speak a word with you.
I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favored faults looks handsome in 300 pounds a year.
And how does good Master Fenton, pray you, a word with you?
She's coming to her cause. Oh boy, thou had a father.
I had a father, Mistress Anne. My uncle can tell you good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen, good uncle.
Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
Aye, that I do, as well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
Aye, that I will. Come cut and long tail, under the degree of a squire.
He will make you 150 pounds jointure.
Good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself.
Mary, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you cuz. I leave you.
Now, Master Slender.
Now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? Odds hurtlings, that's a pretty jest indeed. I ne'er made my will yet, I thank heaven. I am not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle hath made motions. If it be my luck so, if not, happy man be his dole. Then can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father. Here he comes.
Now, Master Slender, love him, daughter Anne. Why, how now? What does Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir, thus till to haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of.
Fenton.
Sir, will you hear me? Oh, nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
She is no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No, good Master Fenton. Come, Master Shallow, come, son Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do, perforce against all checks, rebukes, and manners, I must advance the color of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yond fool.
I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doctor.
Alas, I had rather be set quick in the earth and boiled to death with turnips.
Come, trouble not yourself, good Master Fenton. I will not be your friend nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. She must go. She must needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, Nan.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool and a physician? Look on Master Fenton. This is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee, once tonight, give my sweet Nan this ring. There's for my pains.
Now heaven send thee good fortune. Ah, kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. And yet I would my master had Mistress Anne, or I would Master Slender had her, or in sooth I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for them all three, for I have promised, and I will be as good as my word. But speciously for Master Fenton, well, I must have another errand to Sir John Falstaff from the two mistresses. What a beast am I to slack it.
Scene 5. A room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff drinking wine.
Ha! Have I lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal, and to be thrown in the Thames? Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains taken out and buttered and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. Splud, the rogue slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch's puppies. 15 in the letter. And you may know by my size that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had been drowned, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow. A death that I abhor, for the water swells a man. And what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled. By the Lord, I should have been a mountain of mummy. Come, let me pour in some sack to the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Come in.
By your leave, I cry your mercy. Give your worship good morrow.
How now?
Marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford? I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I have my belly full of Ford.
Oh, alas the day, good heart. That was not her fault. She does so take on with her men. They mistook her their erection.
So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Oh, well, she laments, sir, for it, that she would yearn her heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding. She desires once more to come to her between 8 and 9. I must carry her word quickly. She'll make you amends, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her. Tell her so. And bid her think what a man is. Let her consider his frailty and judge of my merit.
I will tell her.
Do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
Ah, well, begone, I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
Oh, I marvel I hear not of Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well. Oh, here he comes.
God bless you, sir.
Now, Master Brooke, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Brooke, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favoredly, Master Brooke.
How so, sir? Did she change her determination?
No, Master Brooke, but the piquing Canute, her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in a continual alarm of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and, as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy, and at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth, to search his house for his wife's love.
What, while you were there?
While I was there.
And did he search for you, and could not find you?
Ah, you shall hear. As good luck would have it, pumped in one Mistress Page, his intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her intervention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket?
Ah, by the Lord, a buck basket, rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, that Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
Nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master at the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked for fear lest the lunatic knave would have searched it, but fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compassed like a good bilbow in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their grease. Think of that, a man of my kidney. Think of that am as a subject to heat as butter, a man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle to escape suffocation. And in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled glowing hot in that surge like a horseshoe. Think of that, hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke.
In good sadness, sir, I'm sorry. For my sake, you have suffered all this. My suit, then, is desperate. You'll undertake her no more?
Ah, Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna, as I have been into Thames, ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I have received from her another embassy of greeting. 'Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Brooke.
Past 8 already, sir.
Is it? I will then address me to my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed, and the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold Ford.
Ha! Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford, awake! Awake, Master Ford. There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. This 'tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen and buck baskets. Well, I will proclaim myself what I am. I will now take the lecher. He is at my house. He cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse, nor into a pepper box, but lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. Though what I am, I cannot avoid. Yet to be what I would not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, let the proverb go with me. I'll be horn mad.
Act 4, Scene 1, a room in Ford's house, and his Falstaff and Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are as obsequious in your love, and I profess vital to a hair's breadth, not only, Mistress Ford, simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now?
He is a-birding, sweet John.
What ho? Gossip, Ford. What ho?
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home besides yourself?
Why, none but mine own people.
Indeed?
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
My woman, your husband is in his old loons again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses all Eve's daughters of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience to his temper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here.
Why? Does he talk of him?
Of none but him, and swears he was carried out. Last time he searched for him in a basket, protests that my husband is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of his suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here. Now he shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by at street end. He will be here anon.
I am undone. The knight is here.
Why then, you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman you are. Away with him, away with him. Better shame than murder.
Which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again?
No, I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere he come?
Alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out. Otherwise you might slip away ere he come. But what make you here?
Shall I do? I'll creep up into the chimney.
Oh, there they always used to discharge their birding pieces.
Creep into the kiln hole.
Where is it?
He will seek there, on my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by his note. There is no hiding you in the house.
I'll go out then.
If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John, unless you go out disguised.
How might we disguise him?
Alas, today I know not. There's no woman's gown big enough for him. Otherwise, he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity rather than a mischief.
My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brentford, has a gown above.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is. And there's her throned hat and her muffler, too. Run up, Sir John.
Go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your head.
Quick. We'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brentford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterwards.
But is my husband coming?
Ah, in good sadness is he, and talks of basket too. Howsoever he hath had intelligence.
We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the Witch of Brentford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up. I'll bring the linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof by that which will we do. Wives may be merry and yet honest too. We do not act that often, jest and laugh. 'Tis old but true, still swine eat all the draught.
Go, sirs, take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at the door. If he bid you see it, if he bid you set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
Come, take it up. Pray heaven it be not full of night again.
Aye, but if it be true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain. Somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket. Oh, you panderly rascals. There's a knot, a gang, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What wife, I say? Come forth. Behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching.
Why, this passes, Master Ford. You are not to go loose any longer. You must be pinioned.
Why, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog.
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well. Indeed.
So say I too, sir. Come hither, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness, you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, sirrah.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
I shall find you anon.
It is unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away.
Empty the basket, I say.
Why, man, why?
Excuse me, I lost my... There we go, sorry.
Why, man, why?
Thank you. Master Page, as I am a man, there is one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not there be again? In my house, I'm sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen.
If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death.
He is no man.
By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you.
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousy.
Well, he's not here I seek for.
No, nowhere else but in your brain.
Help to search my house this one time. If I find not what I seek, shall no color from my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford, they searched a hollow walnut for his wife's lemon. Satisfy me once more search with me.
What ho, Mistress Page, come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman. What old woman's that?
Why, it's my maid's aunt of Brentford.
A witch? A queen? An old cousining queen? Have I not forbid her my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men. What do we know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling? She works by charms, by spells, and by the figure and such daubery as this. Beyond our element, we know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag, you, come down, I say.
Hey, good, sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman.
Come, Mother Pratt, come, give me your hand.
I'll prat her. Out my door. You witch, you hag, your baggage, you polecat, you runyon. Out, out, I'll conjure you. I'll fortune tell you.
Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her, witch. Hang her, witch.
By the yea and no, I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when an woman has a great pard. I spy a great pard under his muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open again.
Let's obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass that he did not, he beat him most unpitifully, methought.
I'll have the cudgel hallowed and hung over the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
The spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him. If the devil have him not in a fee simple with fine and recovery, he will never, I think, in the way of waste, attempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we served him?
Yes, by all means. If it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brains, If they can find it in their hearts, the poor, unvirtuous, fat knights shall be any further afflicted, we too will still be the ministers.
I'll warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to the jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come, to the forge with it, then shape it. I would not have things cool.
Scene 2 of Ruinport's house.
It is one of the best discretions of Ormond as ever I did look upon.
And did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Pardon me, wife. Henceforth, do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with cold, than thee with want. I rather will suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness. Not what now doth my honor stand in him that was late an heretic, as firm as faith.
'Tis well, no more, but not as extreme in submission as in an offense. But let our plot go forward. Let our wives yet once again to make us public sport appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, we may take him and disgrace him for it.
There is no better way than they spoke of.
How to send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
You say he has been thrown in the rivers and has been grievously beaten as an old warnman? Methinks there should be terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desires.
So think I too.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us too devise to make him thither.
There's an old tale that goes that Herne the Hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor Forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk around about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle, and makes milk kine yield blood, and shakes the chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well, you know, the superstitious idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the Hunter for a truth.
Why yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this?
Mary, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us.
Well, let it not be doubted but he'll come, and in this shape when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot?
That likewise have we thought upon, and thus man Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth will dress like urchins, offs, and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tapers on their heads, and rattles in their hands. Upon a sudden, as Falstaff, she and I are newly met, let them both forth a saw pit, rush at once, with some diffused song. Upon their sight, we too, in great amazement, will fly, then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths he dares to tread in shape profane.
And till he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound, and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
Children must be practiced well to this, and they'll ne'er do it.
I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackanapes also, to burn the night with my tabor.
That will be excellent. I'll go and buy them vizards.
My Nan shall be finely attired in a robe of white.
That silk will I go by, and in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go send to Falstaff straight.
Nay, I'll go him again in name of Brooke. I'll tell him of all. He'll tell me all his purpose. Sure, he'll come.
Fear not you that. Go get us properties and tricking for our fairies.
That's about it. It is admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries.
Go, Mistress Ford. Send quickly to Sir John to know his mind. I'll to the doctor. He hath my goodwill, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That slender, though well-landed, is an idiot, and he, my husband, best of all effects. The doctor is well-moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he, shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her.
Scene 3, a room in the Garter Inn.
What wilt thou have, boy? What thick skin? Speak, breathe, discuss, breathe, short, quick, snap.
Marry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
There's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. 'Tis painted about with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go knock and call. He'll speak like an Ethiopian until thee. Knock, I say.
There is an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as to say, sir, till she come down, I come to speak with her indeed.
Ha! A fat woman? The knight may be robbed. I'll call. Bully knight! Bully Sir John! Speak from thy lungs military. Art thou there? It is thine host, thine epicene calls.
Oh, now, mine host.
Here's a Bohemian Tartar tires the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully. Let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie! Privacy! Fie!
There was, mine host, an old fat woman, even now, with me, but she's gone.
Pray you, sir, was not the wise woman of Brentford?
Aye, Mary, was it Muscle Shell? What would you with her?
I would I could have spoken with the woman herself. I had things to have spoken with her from Master Slender. Why, sir, there were nothing but about Mistress Anne Page to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no.
'Tis his fortune.
What, sir?
To have her or no. Say the woman told me so.
May I be bold to say so, sir?
Aye, sir. Like who more bold?
I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these tidings.
Thou art clerkly. Thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee?
Aye, that there was, mine host. One that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning.
Have a care of your entertainment, sir. I must depart. There is a friend of mine come to town, tells me there is a 3-cozened German that have cozened all the hosts of Reddens, of Maidenhead, of Coldbrook, of horses and money. 'Tis not convenient I should cozen. Farewell to thee.
I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too. If I should come to the ear of the court, how I have been transformed and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop and wear fishermen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at Primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Now, whence come you?
From the two parties, forsooth.
The devil take one party, and his dam the other, and so they shall be both bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear.
Oh. And have not they suffered? Yes, I warrant. especially one of them. Mistress Ford, good heart, is beaten black and blue, that you cannot see a white spot about her.
What tell'st thou me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colours of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brentford, but that my admirable dexterity of wit, a counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me. The knave constable had set me in the stocks, in the common stocks for a witch.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant, to your content. Here is a letter, will say somewhat. Good hearts, what to do here is to bring you together. Sure, one of you does not serve heaven well, that you are so crossed.
Come up into my chamber.
Hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose. And as I am a gentleman, I'll given thee £100 in gold.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will at least keep your counsel.
From time to time, I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair and page, who mutually hath answered my affection so far forth as herself might be her chooser. Even to my wish, I have a letter from her of such contents as you will wonder at the mirth whereof so larded with my matter that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene, the image of the jest I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host. Tonight at Harn's Hoke, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the Fairy Queen. The purpose why is here, in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot. Her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother, even strong against that match, and firm for Dr. Cass, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her way, while other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery where a priest attends straight marry her. To this her mother's plot, she seemingly obedient likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now thus it rests. Her father means she shall all in white, and in that habit when Slender sees his time to take her by the hand and bid her go. She shall go with him. Her mother hath intended the better to denote her to the doctor, for they must be all masked and vizarded. That quaint green she shall be loose and robed, with ribbon pendants flaring about her head, and when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand.
Oh, God.
And on that token, the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Which means she's to deceive father or mother?
Both, my good host, to go along with me. And there it rests, that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church, twixt 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying, to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband your device. I'll to the victor. Bring you the maid. You shall not lack a priest.
So shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll make a present recompense.
Act 5, Scene 1, a room in the Garter Inn. Enter Falstaff and Mistress Quickly.
Ah, prithee, no more prattling. Oh, I'll hold. This is the third time. Oh, I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away, go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Away.
I'll provide you with the chain, and I'll do what I can do to get you a pair of horns.
Away, I say. Time wears. Hold up your head and mince. Here now, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight or never. See you in the park around midnight at Herney's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Went you not to her yesterday, sir, as I told me you had appointed?
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man. But I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. That same knave Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him. Master Brooke, that ever-governed frenzy, I will tell you he beat me grievously in the shape of a woman, or in the shape of a man, Master Brooke. I fear not Goliath with a weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me, I'll tell you all, Master Brooke. Since I plucked geese, played truant and whipped top, I knew not what cost to be beaten till lately. Follow me. I'll tell you strange things of this knave Ford, on whom tonight I will be revenged, and I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow. Strange things in hand, Master Brooke. Follow.
Scene 2, Windsor Park. Enter Page, Shallow, and Slender.
Come, come, we'll couch in the castle, ditch till we see the light of our fairies. Remember, son Slender, my daughter.
I, forsooth, I have spoke with her, and we have in a word how to come to one another. I come to her in white, and cry mum. She cries budget, and by that we know one another.
That's good too, but what needs either your mum or her budget? The white will decipher her well enough. It has struck 10 o'clock.
The night is dark. Light and spirits will become it well. Heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. Let's away. Follow me.
Scene 3, a street leading to the park. Enter Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Dr. Caius.
Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the band. Away with her to the deanery and dispatch her quickly. Go before into the park. We two must go together.
I know what I have to do. Adieu.
Fare you well, sir. My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. But 'tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Mistress Ford. Unmute.
I've lost the page. Sorry.
Top of 108, I think it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terribly. Oh God. Now I've lost the.
I'll do it again, just so you can take a second.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It should be 108.
Yeah.
Fare you well,
I
sir.
can't. I'm sorry. I still. I can't see the page number. Oh, okay.
My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. But 'tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Where is Nan now, and her troop of fairies, and the Welsh devil Hugh?
They are all couched in a pit hard by Hern's Oak, with obscured lights, which at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the night.
That cannot choose but amaze him.
If he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked.
We'll betray him finely.
against such lewdsters and their lechery. Those that betray them do not treachery.
The hour draws on. To the oak, to the oak.
Scene 4, another part of the park. Enter Falstaff wearing a buck's head.
Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bull for thy Europa. Love set on thy thorns, O powerful love, that in some respects makes a beast a man, in some other a man a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. O omnipotent love, how near the god drew to the complexion of a goose, a fault done first in the form of a beast. O Jove, O beastly fault, and then another fault in semblance of a fowl. Think on it, Jove, a foul fault, when gods have hot backs. What shall poor men do? For me, I am here a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, in the forest. Send me a cool rut time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my tallow? What comes here, my doe?
Sir John, art thou there, my dear, my male dear?
My doe with the black Scot. Let the sky rain potatoes, let it thunder to the tune of green sleeves. Hail kissing, comfits and snow, ire goes. Let there come a tempest of provocation, I will shelter me here. Ah,
Mistress Page is come with me, sweetheart.
like me, like a bride buck, each a haunch. I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of this walk, and my horns I bequeath your husbands. Am I a woodman? Ha! Speak I like Herne the hunter? Why, now is Cupid a child of conscience. He makes restitution. As I am a true spirit. Welcome.
Alas, what noise?
Heaven forgive our sins.
What should this be?
Away!
Away, away!
I think the devil will not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus.
Fairies, black, gray, green, and white, your moonshine revelers and shades of night, you orphan heirs of fixed destiny, attend your office and your quality. Crier, hobgoblin, make the fairy oys.
Elves, list your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket, to a Windsor. Chimneys shalt thou leap, where fires thou find'st unraked and hearths unswept. There pinch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and slattery.
They are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch. No man there works must I.
There's Bede. Go you where you find a maid that ere she sleep has thrice her prayers said. Raise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep, she as sound as careless infancy. Those as sleep and thinks not of their sins, pinch them, arms, legs, backs, shoulders, sides, and shins.
About, search Windsor Castle elves within and out. Shrew good luck offs on every sacred room, that it may stand till the perpetual doom. In state as wholesome as in state 'tis fit, worthy of the owner, and the owner it. The several chairs of order took you scour with juice of balm and every precious flower. Each fair installment, code and several crest with loyal blazon evermore be blessed. And nightly meadow fairies, look you sing, like to the garter's compass in a ring. The expressure that it bears, green let it be, for fertile fresh than all the fields to see, and only soit qui mal y pense right, in emeralds tufts, purple flowers purple, blue, and white. Let sapphire, pearl, and rich embroidery buckled below fair knighthood's bended knee. Fairies use flowers for their charactery. Away, disperse, till 'tis but 1 o'clock, our dance of custom round about the oak of Herne the Hunter, let us not forget.
Pray you, lock hand in hand, yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But stay, I smell a man of Middle Earth.
Heaven, protect me from this Welsh fairy.
Vile worm, thou wast o'erlooked even in thy birth. With trial, fire torch me his finger end. If he be chaste, the flame will back descend and turn him to no pain. But if he start, and it is the flesh of a corrupt heart. A trial, come!
Will this wood take fire?
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Corrupt and tainted in trees. Sing a scornful rhyme, and as you trip to your time, fie on sinful fantasy, fie on lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire, fed in heart whose flames aspire, as though do blow them higher and higher.
Come on.
Pinch him, fairies, mutually, pinch him for his villainy, pinch him and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlights and moonlight be out.
During this song, they pinch Falstaff. Dr. Chaius comes one way and steals away a boy in green, Slender another way and takes off a boy in white. And Fenton comes and steals away Anne Page. A noise of hunting is heard within. All the fairies run. Falstaff pulls off his buck's head and rises. Enter Page, Ford, Mistress Page, and Mistress Ford. Page. Page.
Nay, do not fly. I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
I pray you come. Hold up the just no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives? See you these, husband? Do not these fair yokes become the forest better than the town?
Now, sir, who's a cuckold now? Master Brooke, Falstaff's knave, a cuckoldry knave, a cuckoldly knave. Here are his horns, Master Brooke, and Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of Ford's but his buck baskets, his cudgel, his 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it, Master Brooke.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you for my dear.
I do begin to perceive that I am made an ass.
And I and an ox too. Both the proofs are extant.
And these are not fairies. I was 3 or 4 times in the thought that they were not fairies. And yet, the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers, drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may be made dapolent when 'tis upon ill employment.
Sir John Falstaff, serve Gods and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you.
Well said, Fairy Hugh.
And leave your jealousies too, I pray you.
I will never mistrust my wife again till thou art able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross or reaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh goat, too? Shall I have a coxcomb of frieze? Oh, 'tis time I was choked with a piece of toasted cheese.
It is not good to give butter. Your belly is all butter.
Cease and putter. Have I lived to stand at the taunt of one that makes fritters of English? Oh, this is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm.
Why, Sir John, do you think, though, we would have the virtue of out of our hearts by the head and shoulders, and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, that ever the devil could have made you our delight?
What? A hodge pudding? A bag of flax?
A puffed man?
Old cold withered and of intolerable entails?
And one that is as slanderous as Satan.
And as poor as Job?
And as wicked as his wife?
And given to fornications and to taverns, and sack, and wine, and mephagons, and to drinkings, and swearings, and starings, pribbles, and
Really?
pravels.
Bullshit.
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am dejected. I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet o'er me. Use me as you will.
Mary, sir, will bring you to Windsor, to one Master Brooke, a cousin of money, to whom you should have been a pander. Over and above that suffered, I think to repay that money will be a biting affliction.
Yet be hello. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife, that now laughs at thee. Tell her Master Slender hath married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Anne Page be my daughter, she is by this Dr. Caius' wife.
Whoa, ho, ho, Father Page.
Son, how now, son? Have you dispatched?
Dispatched. I'll make the best in Gloucestershire known on it. Would I were hanged, la else.
Of what, son?
I came yonder at Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great lubberly boy. If I had not been in the church, I would have swinged him, or he should have swinged me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, I might not never stir. And 'tis a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, then, you took the wrong...
What need you tell me that? I think so, when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him, for all he was in woman's apparel, I would have not had him.
Why, this is of your own folly. Did I tell you how you should know my daughter by her garments?
I went to her in white and cried mum, and she cried budget, as Anne I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Good George, be not angry. I knew of your purpose turned my daughter into green, and indeed she is now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
There's Mistress Page. By God, I am cozened. I have married a garçon, a boy, un person. By God, a boy. It is not Anne Page, by God. I am cozened.
Why? Did you take her in green?
Aye, by God, and 'tis a boy. By God, I raise all Windsor.
This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton.
Pardon, good father. Pardon, good father. Good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
Why went you not with Master Dr. Mabe?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, when there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, She and I long since contracted, and now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is holy that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous title, since therein she doth aviate and shun 1,000 irregular religious cursed hours, which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Stand not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love, the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though, you have taken a special stand to strike at me that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us every one go home and laugh this sport over by a country fire, Sir John and all.
Let it be so. Sir John, to Master Brooke, you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mr. Sport.
Yay!
Wow.
Wow.
There's a play for you.
That was very wise.
Shakespeare, you've done it again.
A lot of words.
Thanks, Mary Elena.
Apologies for losing my page.
Hey, it happened to me too. So it's easy to happen if you just flick your